one more check to make sure. So the wire and cable management isn't good at all, but I want to make sure that nothing risky is touching anything else risky. I don't know what that would be since this is my first time doing this, so who am I kidding? There are holes back there. Can you see those holes? Anyways, and it's moment of truth. I'm gonna push the power switch, and we're gonna pray for no electrical fire. We'll see what happens. I'm also gonna be deadly silent because we're listening for a tiny beep. It's called the post beep. Now, the operating system is not loaded onto any of our drives, so we should just get an error message on the screen. That's my hope. So you guys can't really see the screen too well, but I'll let you know what comes up. How about that? Fair deal? Fair deal. So, let's, how am I going to do this? Yeah, you guys stay there. I'm going to walk all the way around. Oh, stepping over the wires. Okay. Here we go. Wow, okay, that was anticlimactic. Yeah, things should have started spinning. You should have seen something happen. Oh. I didn't plug the power supply in. Let's see, where the hell is that cable? It's the last cable. I just had it a second ago. I probably put it aside somewhere. Oh, come on. Oh, here we go. Okay. That would help. It's like, out of all the things that could go wrong, right? It's, you know how everyone, when something goes wrong, they always say, have you tried unplugging it and plugging it back in again? Press Control-Alt-Delete. It's like, for once, we're doing the complicated task of building a computer, and for once that actually is the problem. I should probably not plug it in there first. Let's plug it in here first. Alright, is this gonna reach? Ah, fuck. I'm just gonna put the computer back here. More. And now it can reach? Damn it, I'm like 2 inches away. Come on. Why do you guys come to me for help? No, I do. In all honesty, I hope you're enjoying the series. Alright, actually I can probably move things so you can see them better now. Nah, we'll leave it like that. Alright, here we go again. I'm just gonna press this, we'll see what comes up. We're gonna listen for the beep. Shit. Oh. Okay. Cool. Oh. I don't like this. So, you guys can't see this. CPU fan is spinning and then stopping. And then spinning. Okay, now it's spinning. Beep! Ah! And let's see what we got on the monitor. Nothing on the monitor, but we got the beep. And the monitor and the CPU fan is actually spinning. The system fan is not spinning. And I'm gonna shut it off and try again. Okay guys, so monitor switch. Story time. Okay. The monitor that I bought, I bought it specifically because it had HDMI capabilities, and because it was still pretty cheap, and because it was a pretty good quality monitor. And I have lots of HDMI cables around, and I use HDMI all the time. I don't have a preference. I'm sure, I know for a fact there's better out there, but I don't care. That's just what I use. So, Yeah, so I got HDMI quality, or I got HDMI capable monitor. Now, I could not find the HDMI port on it, and I figured out why we weren't seeing any input on the screen. I think it was because it actually was plugged into the motherboard there, but I needed to be plugged into the graphics card to actually see the output. So, yeah, I was like, okay, well, my graphics card takes HDMI, my monitor takes HDMI, problem solved. There's an HDMI cable inches away from me. Could not find this HDMI port. And that's something that's strange and shouldn't be hidden, especially when all the other ports are just right there on the back. Why can't I find the HDMI port? So I look on the little pamphlet manual that comes with it, not the full in-depth one that comes on a disc. And it says there's an HDMI port and it's in the rear. That's all it says. Okay, so fine. So I Google my model, the type of monitor that I got. It says there's an HDMI port, and there's a little picture of a page from the full manual on the disc that has an arrow pointing to a spot on the back where the other ports are. Okay, well, I can't see it, so let's pop in the disc. Let's open up the full manual, and let's zoom in on that picture. It's exactly where the DVI, it says the DVI port is. Well, let's go flip to the page where it says where the DVI port is. And let's check where the DVI port is, and it's in that same spot. And the manual says they're both in the same spot. Well, how can that be? So I look, and I'm reading, and I go back. I check the website where I bought this. Yes, it has one HDMI slot. This manual on the pamphlet said yes, one HDMI slot. This other manual seemingly says it has an HDMI port. And then I see a little note. HDMI port only available on dedicated HDMI models. Why that hadn't been made clear to me beforehand, I don't know, and I was pissed. So, I mean, it's not a big deal. I can get a DVI tomorrow. I just don't have any, and I can't finish testing it today. I can't finish building. And then I remembered, I'm home from winter break, and I can steal my family shit. So, yeah, this isn't the monitor that we're going to be using, but hey, it's a monitor, and it works with HDMI. So, it's actually the TV that we have in our house. So I can't take this to school to meet with for me, but let's try this again. The battery's about to run on this. I hope you don't miss the test. Oh, got the beep and gigabyte and reboot. Select proper boot device or insert boot media in selected boot device and press a key. Yeah! Can you believe that, guys? On our first try, we actually succeeded. What the hell? I don't think I've succeeded on my first try anything. Well, this has made my problems with the monitor completely dissolve away, knowing that we've got it. I'm going to power it down and power off the monitor here. And next, I'm going to charge up the camera. I'm going to watch some more videos on the part that I really don't understand about building a computer, which is setting up the operating system. Luckily, like when I saw it done, it was done through not an optical drive on a disc like we have here. It was done through like server nodes, because like I said, I've only seen servers being built in person. So that was like, whoa, this crazy terminal commands. Actually, there wasn't any terminal commands, but it was like this ASCII GUI stuff that the guy was a pro at, and who's a very nice and very helpful guy. But he was a pro, he was whizzing through it, and I was like completely lost. So I have to do a lot of research on this right now, and this camera has to charge. So, but I'm so excited it worked, guys. First try. So also next, we're also gonna have to deal with that cable management and actually close up this case. I'm seeing a lot of space right here in this area with the from where some other drive bays would go, that I think a lot of our cables can go, and there's also some space down there by the power supply. So we're all good. Can you believe it? Alright, I'm super happy, guys, and a second ago I was raging and swearing my ass off, so I guess this is just a roller coaster day for me. But yeah, so I'll get right back with you guys once I you know, do this shit and charge you up and that kind of thing. So I'll be right back. Bye. Okay, guys. I've got you honed in right on the screen because we're going to be dealing with that for the most part from now on, I hope, if we did everything right. There's one more thing I do have to do that I didn't realize I had to do, and it's a little angry because I have to take off the case again, and it was a pain in the ass to... I closed up the computer case, and now I see that I have to do something else. So I'm going to do that while I talk. Gotta get the screwdriver out again. Come on, I thought I was done with all this. So what I'm doing right now, if you are like me and you have two kinds of hard drives, or just two hard drives in general, if you have two hard drives, two solid-state drives, or or if you're like me and you have a solid-state drive and a hard drive, or rather, I guess, a solid-state drive and a spinning disk, or I don't know what you call it, then you need to unplug one of them for this next step, to choose which it boots off of. And also, you need to get your Windows thing ready, your Windows CD and your product key ready. So I'm going to just unplug the data cable, and you know what, since I need to plug it back in again in a second, I'm going to leave this open. And I've got the Windows disk here, and I'm going to turn on the computer. The LEDs on the front are working as far as I can tell. One of them might not be, actually, but it's not one that I need. So let's, let me open up my disk drive here. It opened properly and it closes properly, so it definitely is getting power. Whether or not it's sending any data, I don't know. So it's the insert boot media in selected boot device and to reboot and select proper boot device. Let's just press enter. And if we wait a second, Windows is loading files. So it loaded Windows on the correct drive. So it knew... interesting. So, okay. There's two options here for what just happened. Option 1, it checked the SSD first to see if there was an operating system and said, nope, there isn't one, so let's go to the optical drive, which is has the Windows disk, and it says, yep, there's one right there. And it's going to check these in the same order every time. That's option 1. Option 2 is that it checked the optical drive first and said, there's one, and it never even checked the SSD. We want it to check the SSD first, because we want, next time after we load the operating system onto the SSD, we want it to check. So we might need to reconfigure things later. We'll figure it out if it in a few times. But I didn't actually go into the BIOS or whatever it's called, basic input-output system, which is it could be a few things. Some of the more modern ones actually have a nice-looking GUI, or some of the older ones, it depends on your motherboard. Some of your older ones will have just like an ASCII GUI, like I was talking about before. So this is starting up. We got Windows 7 already working here. Okay, so I thought we were going to need to get into some other stuff before we actually got to this point, but that's not the case. And let's see, I got to turn my mouse on. Let's check if we have mouse support. We do. And here's one with, yep, we got keyboard support as well. So let's just click next. And install now, and okay, so it's going to bring us to a page, I think, where we have to do a few things that I think I understand. Yeah. Okay, so, yeah, well, now we just got to accept this, and, I mean, obviously, of course, we're going to read it all, right? So, got it? Yep, I got it. And we're going to choose custom, and we're going to click this. Right, so that's 111.8 gigabytes, which is the amount of free space on the SSD that we have. And can I do this? And then I think I want to create a new partition for the entire amount of space and click apply. To ensure that Windows features work perfectly, Windows might create additional partitions for system. Okay, that's fine. So we're going to see these two partitions right here. One of them is 111.7 gigabytes, the other one's 100 megs. Just choose the one with that's basically the entire SSD, and we're going to click next, and it's going to start the process. Yeah. So Windows is being installed on the SSD. So when I was talking a second ago about where potentially it's checking first, if it is checking on the SSD first, it will see that Windows is already installed on the SSD, and it will open Windows from there every single time. If it's checking on the disk drive first every time, when we restart this, it's gonna give us some problems because it's gonna basically read off the operating system disk again, which we don't want. Now I have to run and grab something. I'll be right back. I'm gonna leave you on. Okay. Thanks. Just getting some chips. Sorry. No, but I was also getting the discs that hold the drivers. Where are they? For our motherboard and our graphics card. Did I take them out? Alright, no. Here's the motherboard one. Wow, that's taking a long time. The screen's coming up pretty good on the flip cam. I'm impressed. But that's expanding Windows files really slowly. So I'm going to stop you while this works itself out, or if it breaks, we will cross that bridge when it comes to it. Yeah, I'm a bit concerned about this. How it hasn't even reached 1% yet. Luckily, it hasn't shut down, which, if you see erratic behavior like that, of random shutdowns at different points, that will generally mean that your power supply is not working. Okay, the CPU fan is running fine. The case fan isn't. It's not actually turning on at all. That one that I had no idea how to do. I think I might leave that problem. I don't know how crucial that is. And I might ask somebody when I get back to school about how to get that fan working. It's disturbing me that it's not running. I don't know why it's not running. And I don't want my parts to overheat. I should check if the, I'm gonna check and see if the fan for the graphics card is working. I assume it is because the rest of the graphics card is working, because we're actually seeing something displayed to the monitor. So, if that means anything, that means that the fan would be running. Oh yeah, they're running. Yeah, so that's good. So, everything's working fine, except, and I'm not feeling any heat right now, so, but like when we start gaming or something, we might run into some heat problems. If I'm gonna have to test, just feel for heat. If I am feeling heat, then, oh, there we go, 7%. Awesome. If I am feeling heat, then perhaps I'll just not use this computer until I find out what the problem is. Yeah. But, so it's going now. I don't know what that was. You probably can't read the numbers, but it's going. We're already at 10%. Woo, we're flying. But I'm gonna cut you off, and I'm gonna come back after this installation is done. Okay, so it's all done. Gonna pick our name now. When I got my laptop, the keyboard on my laptop's a little strange. It's got some funky buttons. I'm looking at this keyboard. It's got some other funky buttons too. If you take a look, I can just whatever. The left shift key is really tiny. It's going to take a lot to get used to. But, so I typed in an E, so I'm typing in Eddie, right? E-D-D-O-E. And, so now everything is Edo-E on that computer. And I have to remember that. But we're going to do Eddie this time. Go next, type a password. Let's see if it's... Yep. I'm typing it super slowly so I get it right. Type password hint. Bye-bye. Okay, I did my password hint and my I entered my product key for Windows. I didn't want to record through those guys. So, using recommended settings, we are on US Eastern Time. And that's not the correct time. What correct time is it? 1 second. Okay, sorry. Probably should have stopped recording for that, but it is actually, believe it or not, wait for it, 1:55 a.m. Go on, change that, a.m. 1:55 a.m. I'm gonna check the date, double check that. Okay, yeah, that date is correct. It's now 1:66 a.m. 1:56 a.m. actually. So here we are. Preparing our desktop is what that says. And here we are. So we're done, sort of. Now, okay. If we get, so this is our Windows 7 up and running. But we don't have all the updated drivers for everything. Okay, so the first thing we want to do, and this actually might fix our problem with the fan, now that I think about it. Still not running. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the, this is bad lighting. Here, was this going to blow out the screen if I... No, that doesn't look bad. It might even look a little better. But, and now you can see this. There's a disc. Okay. So I'm going to pop open my... Oh, why is that not on? Hey. Hey, 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 hey. There we go. Okay. The little light wasn't on. Alright. So there's the Windows 7 disk. I'm going to pop in this, the disk that came with my motherboard. You could also go onto another computer and download the newest, because these are just the newest drivers for the time that the disk was made. Or rather, yeah. So whatever this is like the first drivers for the motherboard, and so we're gonna download those, and then we're gonna update them later to the newest. Or you could go online to the manufacturer of your motherboard, go online and get like a thumb drive. Now see, I'm hearing sounds which indicate that things are picking up. So, you know, fans spinning faster, that kind of a thing. I don't really want Norton Internet Security. Spy. It's a smart start page for browser that combines your most visited websites. I don't want that either. Intel device driver. You must install this driver to ensure proper system operations. Utility installs INF files that inform the operating system how to properly. Yep. Audio driver. Yep. LAN driver. Yep. Whatever that is, mode driver. Yep. Intel rapid storage technology. Yep. Intel USB 3.0 drivers. Yep. 3.0 drivers. Yeah. On-off charge. Yep. Those are all those. So we got all the ones checked that we want, and all the two unchecked that I don't care about. I could probably uninstall them later. So this is concerning me though, because with increased use of all this, it's going to increase the heat, and we have a fan that's not working, and that concerns me. Because I want the fan to work to get the proper cooling. Okay. I'm not feeling too much heat right now, so that's fine. Let's see what this thing is. Yeah, okay. So it's installing via high definition the audio drivers. It's going to install the rest of them. This busted old flip cam is dying again. And I'm going to end, so I'm just going to voice what I'm going to do here for a while. And I will get back to you actually later when I do a few more things. The next thing I'm going to do is the same deal with the graphics card. Then I'm going to apply Windows updates and make sure that I also update the drivers for my graphics card and maybe my motherboard too, depending if that Windows update doesn't do that automatically. Windows attempts to update drivers, but sometimes it's unsuccessful. I think I should be able to automatically update them, and then once all the drivers are updated, I will get antivirus, and I will get. I'm a Firefox user mostly, so I'm gonna get Firefox, and maybe I will. I need to investigate about Fraps or DxTory, because I might have to pay for it all over again if I want to get it again. Yeah, sure, why not? That's close enough to something that I might use, and I can uninstall later if I don't want. That was just Gigabyte Utilities, so I'm sure it's basically advertisement probably for their other products that aren't hardware. And then I might, maybe we'll end this series with just a simple game like Minecraft, probably. Just like 5 minutes of playing it, just to check out. Well, Minecraft ran fine on the other computer, so actually that really wouldn't be a good test, because I still play it on max settings on the laptop, so what would be a good test? I don't know. I'll have to think about that. But I have to plug this guy in and go through all these installs and that kind of thing, so yep, I'll be back. Alright guys, so here we are. I'm on the Minecraft server. Let's check how many frames we're getting. It's probably limiting it. Oh, we're recording at 90 frames per second. That's a lot. Yeah, I'm just getting about 250.
without recording. But that's Minecraft, so that's not incredibly impressive. But so yeah, we're that's turned down. We can do a test here on audio for this guy too. So I installed all the drivers on the website of the motherboard, or rather, I got the newest versions of all the drivers on the website of the motherboard and the graphics card, and went through all the Windows updates. And I think there was one update that failed. I need to investigate that. And then that was it. It's up and running. And it looks great, if I may, or it's working great, if I may say so. I have never had one thing I do have to do is make a backup. I'm going to make backups of my stuff. Something I've never done before, but might as well do it. And oh, while I'm mentioning that, I need to make another backup of this server. It's been a really long time. Yeah, we're on by ourselves right now. And yeah, I'm using Fraps. I said I was going to use DxTroy, and I did look at it, but it just wasn't what I wanted. So yeah, obviously we're not going to talk anything Minecraft here, because this is still building the computer server, building a computer series, technically, but I'm just needed something to record really while I discuss that it is indeed working, and it's working great. And just a note for you guys that might be coming from watching my Minecraft Let's Play, which is not many of you, I assume, but for whatever reason on my laptop, when I got the 64-bit version of Java, there were seams. I could see the seams in between blocks from great distances, and for the most part, and I'm pretty sure almost entirely, that is completely gone now. So I'm glad that we won't be having to deal with that problem anymore. So yeah, and while we're here on Minecraft, I might as well say that on this channel, the Minecraft Let's Play will not be here for a while. It will remain on the other channel for a while until this channel really gets locked down. So for right now, I'm going to work on just two things. This series, I have to work on editing and uploading this series. But before I do that, I want to make I want to create an announcement video for this channel. So this is all being done before this channel has even launched itself. Yeah, just get ready to watch it. On this computer, I'm going to start using a different video editing software, and we'll see if I can figure it out. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please show some kind of support. I really appreciate it, and I hope you guys learned something. I know I learned a whole lot, and I'm super excited to do this again the next time I need to buy a computer, which hopefully won't be for a really long time, though. But, you know, replacing parts might happen. Definitely ask me about parts, and definitely correct me on things that I've said that are wrong, and definitely get ready. Ooh. Heard flowing water. But I want to be corrected and learn even more. Also, I want to give some buying guides for different parts. You saw how little I knew about power supplies and motherboards, so probably not those parts, but some other parts I'd love to give some advice on buying. So send in your requests, and if not, then I might just start doing research on whatever the hell I want and doing those. But yeah, I'm really excited for the new channel. I'm really excited to give you feedback. Remember, I will be getting into Twitter, hopefully, so if you want, try that. For right now, I haven't really done anything on it at all, except for follow a few people that I enjoy, so, yeah, but, yeah, so, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.